it's Shannon Grace. Welcome back to my channel, or if you're new, hi, what's up? My name is Shannon. Welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for joining us. So today, you guys, I'm going to be doing my second ever crafting video. Now, a couple months ago, I did my first craft video, which was a DIY Beyonce Halloween costume, and it was awesome. I had so much fun making that video, and I really think you guys liked it. So I thought, since it's the holiday season and one of my very favorite things in the entire world is wrapping gifts, I would show you guys wrapping gifts. So for the holidays, especially at Christmas time, I love packages because you get to do like multiples. You know, typically for a birthday, you might do 1 or 2 gifts, so you don't get the opportunity to really go like all out. But at Christmas time, I love picking some coordinating papers and ribbons and really like having sort of a theme or a feel for all the packages that I get to wrap during the year. Gift wrapping is one of my very favorite things to do. To me, it's very much a part of the gift itself, so I really love it, and I love the way that people react to it. When people get a beautiful package, it really makes them feel just like a little bit extra special, and I love that. So I wanted to show you guys one of my favorite things and do another crafting video in a little holiday Christmas time theme. So I hope you guys enjoy this. These are just examples of some of the packages that I have wrapped. I am going to get a box that I have over here that's ready to wrap, and I guess I'll wrap it for you guys, and as I go along, maybe give you some tips and tricks and just tell you some of my favorite things when it comes to wrapping packages. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoy this video. So sit back, relax, grab a snack or grab some gift packaging, and let's get started. Okay, so as you guys can see, I love to mix prints and patterns when it comes to wrapping packages, especially at Christmas time. Because you get to do so many, you can really pick like 2 or 3 or even more prints. You can add some solids in, you can do solid ribbons, printed ribbons, and you can really combine a lot of colors and textures and prints and patterns to really elevate your whole wrapping scheme. So I am going to move these little buddies off of the table, and then I will grab a gift for us to wrap together. Alright, so first off, I wanted to show you guys my supplies and the stuff that I picked out. Now, the majority of these items came from the Container Store. I love their wrapping supplies. They have some of the best quality paper, and they have a wide selection, especially at Christmas time, so I highly recommend checking them out. They also have the best bags. Let me show you guys. So I love their long wrapping paper bags because they're perfect for storing all of your wrapping in one place. You can just toss everything down in here. They're really long and they hold your wrapping paper perfectly, so I love that about them. So I highly recommend them. Plus, a lot of times you can get like 20% off an item, stuff like that, if you sign up for their, I think it's called like a Pop Rewards program. So definitely go check them out. But as you can see, I've got here a few things. There are also a couple of ribbons. I think this little snowflake and the plaid are both from Michaels, which is also great because they have tons of great deals on Christmas stuff. I also like to incorporate different types of little trinkets or embellishments onto the packages. So I've got like some pine cones here, some little greenery sprigs, berries. Sometimes I'll also tie on an ornament like this one that came from the Container Store, or this little sprig here, which is like, I think it's supposed to be like mistletoe or something. So that's really cute. Just to add some more texture and some more depth and just some fun whimsy to your package. And especially, you know, when you get an ornament, it's like you get a little extra special extra bonus gift. So I really love that. And then also I've got just some coordinating tags in various prints, and I will give you guys a close-up of the items that I've selected here. Okay, so here are the items that I have just shown you. Basically what I have here is just a variety of prints and patterns that are all in the same color family and all kind of give the same vibe. This one is really just like a traditional Christmas. I love this plaid, and I love the idea of like mixing plaids, mixing prints, and then also incorporating some solids. As you can see, I have a couple of solid ribbons and some solid paper. I've also got a roll of solid red paper over in my Container Store bag, but I didn't pull that out just now. And then I just selected a few tags here that I pulled out of my little bag that just add another, again, a layer. They're kind of from the same sort of feeling. I like this little Christmas tree because it picks up the design here. I love, you know, the red accents and the snow accents because again, it comes back to the pattern that's here. And then additionally, you've got like the snow print and the plaid playing against the colors that are in this wrapping paper. So there is just a little close up of some of the items that I will be using to wrap my gifts this year. Oh wait, one more thing. Just so you guys see these little pins, I don't know if you noticed, but this is a great way to keep all of your ribbons organized. Is basically, let me see if I can get it to focus. Here, let's try a bigger one. It's just put one of these little, these are like drapery pins. These in particular I got from my grandmother, but you can get them at any craft store, any kind of little push pin, you know, the ones with the little like balls on the end. It's a great way to keep your ribbon from unrolling. And then one more thing that you'll notice about the supplies that I have here is that my ribbons are fabric ribbons. They are not the, what you might see on a lot of Christmas packages that are like the Mylar or plastic style curling ribbon or bows. I do use that sometimes when I'm wrapping like birthday presents or wedding gifts or stuff like that, but I really love to use fabric ribbons. It just elevates your wrapping, makes it look so much more luxurious and special, and to me it's really where it's at. And you'll see why, because when I wrap a present and I add a bow, and I like to layer these together, so it really just adds like something extra special to the gift. So I will show you guys that as we go along. But for now, let's get our box so that we can get to wrapping. All right, so by the power of TV and YouTube magic, I have my package wrapped. Now, I'm not gonna show you guys how to wrap a basic box. This is a pretty common thing that I think most people know how to do, so I didn't want to show it to you, but I will do you a favor and I will search for some really good how to wrap a basic box videos on YouTube, and I will link one down for you below in case that is something that you are not too good at. But I've got this wrapped. Now I did want to point out that I was careful to place the pattern on this package because of the fact that this has a little car, or I guess it's a truck, a little red Christmas truck design on it. I wanted to make sure that the Christmas truck wasn't like upside down or running in like a weird way. So I made sure, because this is a package that I think I will either lay this way or will stand up straight. I wanted to make sure that the cars were running and not like upside down. So just something that you want to pay attention to when you're using a pattern. If you're using something like this plaid, because it has these great lines on it, you really want to make sure that you line up the lines so that they are running evenly along your box. And again, that's just a little attention to detail that helps to make your package just that much more special. So, one of the things I love to do is to mix prints, is to layer, is to just go all out and add all the different fun elements to a package. So, for this one, I'm going to do something that I love to do, which is to add a second band of wrapping paper. Now, I've got the other plaid print, but to me, I don't think it looks great on top of this, so I'm actually going to do this with a solid, and then on top of the solid band, I'll be adding some ribbon. So this is just another way. You can always do a large ribbon with a smaller scale ribbon tied into it or wrapped on top of it. It will give you the same effect if you don't have a pattern or a solid that goes well with the package that you already have. But for me, this green one is perfect because it picks up the great green color that is in the little Christmas tree on this print. So what I'm gonna do, let me just set that aside and grab my scissors. I am just going to, now this paper is fantastic because it has the little grid on the back, so that makes it really easy for you to know exactly where to cut and exactly where to fold, which you will see in a minute is something that you'll need to know. So this ribbon is 3.5 inches, and each one of these squares is an inch. So we want to look at, let's see, if we did 4, then that would accommodate enough room for the ribbon. I would like to have a little bit of the paper showing on each side, so let's add another inch. I'll add a second inch just for some wiggle room, and then lastly we'll add another one just so that we can be sure that we have enough room to fold it over. So I am going to do, let's see, that is 3.5 inches. We're going to do a width of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 inches. So almost a foot. If you cut a foot, that's totally fine. Now, let's take this, and I will actually, I don't know if you're gonna be able to see this because I like to do this right here. This is basically to just hold the paper in place. You're not gonna put it on here like this, but we're gonna hold it down, and I'm going to take the, let's see, what did we add? An extra 2 inches, I think. I'm gonna start by just folding this in 2 inches straight, and you're just gonna make one big long straight line. And this is perfect because it's really simple with the lines, the grid on the back. It really makes it really easy to actually just line it right up. And if you don't have a grid, that's okay. It doesn't have to be an exact science. What I'm really looking for right now is enough that when I wrap this around the package, which is what I'm gonna do here, like this, that when I put the ribbon on, you will still be able to see a little bit of this band on each side. So basically you're just accommodating for the space of the ribbon and then adding a little bit extra on each side, and that'll be where you fold, and then so you add a little extra onto that so that you have room to flip it over, if that makes sense. Hopefully you guys, you followed that. If not, I don't know. Message me, leave me a comment, DM me or something. I will try to explain it to you better. So, let's check to see how this looks with, sorry, I didn't mean to look like I was crazy for a second. I think I heard my phone. Why is my phone over here? Oh, I did. Okay. Okay, so let's just put this over. And as you can see, I think for me, that's a little bit too much extra on each side. So I'm gonna bring that down just a little. I'm gonna fold this in 1 extra inch just to make it a little bit more narrow. Something that we will have to decide is whether, is where we want to place this band on the box. Now you can do the band right down the center. You can do it like more at the top. If you're gonna stand it this way, you might do it like up here instead of right in the center. If you're gonna lay it down, you could always go from long end to long end. So it's really up to you. There are actually not any rules when it comes to this stuff. Yeah, so you get to decide. I think for this one, because I intend on standing it up on its end just because I like the height. And a lot of times with packaging, this is actually comes to how they look when they're sitting in my living room under the Christmas tree. When it comes to packages, a lot of times they're really flat or short. So anything that gives me the opportunity to add some height so that I can have a little height in my packages like in the back, I really try to go with that. That's really silly, and I know that it has nothing to do with the actual package, but you know, it is what it is. So I think for this one, I want to stand it up on its end. So I'm just going to do that, and here we've got a little bit more narrow green strip. Let's see how that looks. I am pretty happy with the way that looks. So what we're going to do is put that on, and then we will tie this ribbon around it, and you can see how it looks layered with this print and a solid and then another print on top. So let me go ahead and attach this to the back. Okay, so I just wanted to show you guys, just using the tape to hold this into place, what I'm doing, just so you can get a little bit better idea. Basically, on this package, let me see if I can lay it down this way. I really want to make sure that I'm not like covering the print awkwardly. Like I don't want to have like half of a car showing or like half of a roof sticking out. It just looks weird. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to line it up in between the words. See that? Merry and greetings. And then I can just cover the car completely, and you still have the cars showing, but it just looks, again, it's just little attention to details. I don't think I can say that enough. And then let me flip this around for you. And then in the back, what I do is I make sure to line this up so that it's lined up to the same thing here. That way, just so you have consistency and you don't have like a bunch of weird, like random pieces of tape at different places. Again, it's just a little attention to detail. All right, so now that we have the band attached, I am going to go ahead and layer on some ribbon. I have chosen this very wide plaid ribbon, which I'm obsessed with. I searched at several stores to find the right plaid ribbon, and it was not easy, but I found it at Michael's, so shout out to Michael's. Not sponsored, but if you want to hook a girl up, I'm a serious fan, so holler at your girl. All my links are below, so please check me out. So basically what we're going to do is just center that up around the green band, and I'm going to tie this into what I believe people call a shoestring bow, which is just the traditional 2 loops with the 2 strands that come down. Now before I cut the ribbon, I always like to measure it out. I'll just start by actually tying a bow with the ribbon just to see how long it is. Doesn't have to look good, just need to know where it's at. So that looks pretty good. I'd like a little bit more length on this end, so I'll cut it a little bit longer over here. And then you can put your actual roll to the side. Gotta put your push pin in there. It makes it so much easier, I'm telling you. Especially with fabric ribbon, with a Mylar or like plastic style ribbons, a lot of times you can use tape. Tape is fine. If you don't have push pins, you can use that. But on fabric ribbon, it doesn't always work as well. So I recommend just getting little push pins. And a lot of people, especially if you're any kind of crafter or DIYer, you probably have push pins around. So if you haven't thought about doing that, then do it. So next I'm just gonna take these ribbons, you can't really see, but I'm lining them up to make sure that I have even amounts on both sides. And then I'm just gonna tie the bow. Now you will notice that I'm actually tying this bow kind of upside down, and I really do that on purpose because a lot of times, if you've ever tied a bow, you will know that if you tie it, sometimes it gets like crooked. So I like to compensate by tying it sort of crooked to begin with, and then it will sort of fix itself, if that makes sense. Also, most of the time the bow isn't gonna be perfectly straight, and that is okay, and you will see later because we're gonna add on some little embellishments. I've chosen for this one some berries and a little sprig of greenery, and then we're gonna tie a tag onto it. So anyways, back to this, just gonna do like a simple, like you would start your over under on just like a regular shoelace. Then you're gonna make now you can do bunny ears, just like a shoestring, or you can do the like loop and swoop. I'm a loop and swooper, but if bunny ears works for you, that's totally fine. Again, there are no actual rules when it comes to wrapping a package. So I'm gonna loop it and swoop it. And then I just like to try to make sure that as you pull it through, especially since this is wired ribbon, that you make sure it's nice and straight. And this is a thick fabric, so it will take a little finessing to get it exactly right. But if you have a little patience and a little elbow grease, then you can get it done. All right, that's good and tight. So just pull it through a little so that it isn't too large and floppy. I like my bows to be big, but not obnoxious. They really need to fit the scale of the package. All right, so I've got the bow all tied here. And as you can see, it is a little crooked, but it looks really cute. I love how this is flipping up at the top and this one is hanging down at the bottom. It will definitely add some interest when I stick in these little sprigs. And then this gives me a perfect place to tie on a little tag at the bottom. So what I want to do first is trim these down. This one I would like for it to just stick up like right at the top of the gift here. So I am going to fold this in half, and then I'm going to cut at an angle to create a little, I don't know if you guys have seen it, but where it's like a little V. It's like this, you know, it's like a little, I don't know. You'll see it, I'll show you. But the trick is, instead of trying to cut in on both sides, is just fold it in half and cut it at an angle. Up, you wanna cut from the wired side down or up basically into the center. Man, I am no Martha Stewart. Martha Stewart is not quaking right now. I wish that I had better words to explain what I mean, but I will show you as I do it. This is what I'm talking about. As you can see, maybe you can't see, let me show you here, the little V shape that I'm talking about. Okay, and I'm gonna do the same thing down here at the bottom. I'm gonna let this one hang a little bit longer. Maybe not, maybe pretty close to the size here. I like the way this one looks. This bow came out really cute. Love that. Perfect. All right, now we have this super adorable bow. What I'm going to do is I'm going to tie my little tag on, and I think I'm going to take my sprigs and place them maybe in this area. So what I will do is actually tie my tag on so that it hangs kind of over here in this little negative space, empty space. Again, Martha Stewart, I am not. So what I'm gonna do, this has already got a little thing attached, so I'm just gonna take this and put one ribbon under the bow and one ribbon over the top, and we will just tie that into place. I'm just gonna knot this, a little simple knot. When you untie the actual bow here, because it's just one single tie, you can actually slip the little tag off. If someone wanted to keep the tag, or if you wanted to reuse the ribbon or whatever, all of this stuff will just come right off and you can reuse it. And then I'll write my little name and message and stuff on the other side. So I'm just gonna take these, I've already cut these down. Basically what I got was one of these little, this one's kind of messed up now, but just one of these little like, sprigs of greenery from Michaels. All of their Christmas stuff right now is like 50% off. I got this like the weekend of Thanksgiving. And so I think all together, like this whole sprig, which I've cut apart and used for almost all the packages I've done so far, it might have cost me like $2. I think it was $1.99 and 50% off, so maybe it was only $1. So anyways, this stuff it looks really expensive and it looks really nice and fun and elegant, but it doesn't actually have to be that much money. So I've cut off a couple pieces here, just a little greenery that I'm gonna stick right here, and then I've got some red berries that I'm gonna stick right on top of that. Make sure those are positioned properly. All right, and that's it. That's a package. It's wrapped and ready to go. It's really cute. I think that it came out great. Let me give you a little bit closer look so you can see it. So as you can see, the bow is super fun. I love the way the colors of the plaid, the green, the white, the red, even the black pick up all the colors in the little truck and the trees. I think it's super adorable. I love this little tag because again, it has all the colors, but it's just like a slightly different texture. It kind of gives like a wooden, woodsy sort of feeling. And then of course we have like the natural feeling of the little greenery sprig and the berries. I absolutely love this. I think that it came out super cute. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope that it gave you a little maybe tip or trick that you can use to wrap your packages this season or all of your packages throughout the year. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Please let me know down in the comments what you thought, or tell me if you have ideas for videos you'd like to see on my channel in the future. And if you want to hang out with me between uploads, all of my social media accounts will be down in the description box. So as always, like this video, share it with a friend, subscribe to my channel, but most importantly, don't forget to love yourself. Bye!